Insta360 X5. Well, it's a flagship 360 camera, easily one of the best you can get right now. But we've also got two others on the table, the Akaso 360 and the TOZO AnyVue. One sits in the mid-range and the other feels like a budget gateway into 360 filming. Now, you might expect the X5 to crush the others, and in some ways it does. But that's not what we're here for. We want to see how each one holds its ground, how these budget-friendly options from Akaso and TOZO handle the essentials that actually matter in real-world use. Because if you can get most of what you need under $300, it's fair to ask what exactly you're paying extra for. So, let's get started. Once you hold all three together, you start noticing how each one tells its own story through feel alone. The Insta360 X5 feels compact but solid. It's got a weight that says it can take a few knocks. You feel that confidence right away. The TOZO AnyVue, on the other hand, feels more like a gadget. Sleek, modern, and clearly built around its big 3-inch screen. It almost feels like holding a mini smartphone, especially with its Android interface, and that makes it very approachable for anyone used to touch controls. Meanwhile, the Akaso 360 sits between them. Lighter than both, but not fragile. It has this easy, no-fuss grip that makes it perfect for quick, everyday use. You won't think twice before tossing it in a backpack. And, when it comes to weather resistance, that's where Akaso gets a small edge over TOZO. It can handle splashes or dust just fine, while TOZO's exposed lenses and lack of waterproofing make it more of an indoor or fair weather companion. Insta obviously wins depth with its 15-meter waterproof rating, but again, that's expected from a flagship. So, while the X5 gives that pro-level toughness, Akaso feels carefree and TOZO gives you control at your fingertips. And when you start recording, differences start to show, but not always in the way you'd expect. The X5, with its dual 1/1.28-inch sensors, records in full 8K 30 frames per second, and the detail is exactly what you'd want from a flagship. It gives you that clean texture and balanced tone that looks great even before editing. But then, when you shift over to the TOZO AnyVue, it surprises you. Yes, it got 8K mode, but only shoots at 10 frames per second. So for fast movement, it's not ideal at all, but for calm scenes or city panoramas, it delivers. And when you step down to 5.7K 30 frames per second, it produces sharp, punchy footage with strong contrast and color. And here's the part that's easy to miss. The Akaso 360 shares a similar sensor setup to TOZO, yet the processing is tuned differently. It leans warmer in tone, more natural in some outdoor light, and for casual use, that balance looks pleasing. You lose a bit of highlight recovery compared to the X5, but when you're reframing later, that difference isn't as big as it sounds. So while Insta technically leads in clarity and range, TOZO and Akaso both hold their ground for most daily shooting, and that's what makes this comparison interesting. On a normal screen, you'd be surprised how small the gap feels. Things shift once the light fades. The X5's larger sensor and its pure video AI mode really make a difference here, cleaning noise while keeping detail intact. Shadows stay usable, colors stay consistent, and overall it feels confident, even indoors. But then, the AnyVue still manages decent results if you keep the ISO low. Its f2.0 aperture gives it a fighting chance, especially under city lights or soft ambient scenes. It starts to struggle if you push it too far, but that's expected at this price. And for static shots, it still produces some of the cleanest budget low-light footage we've seen. Though, the Akaso 360 deserves credit here for offering a raw photo mode, something that's rare in its class. It might not have fancy night algorithms, but for anyone who edits later, RAW gives more flexibility to bring out shadow detail without losing much color. So yes, Insta is better in low light, but both TOZO and Akaso prove they can deliver good-looking results when used smartly. Now let's talk movement, where things get real for action users. The X5's flow state stabilization is still one of the smoothest around. It levels the horizon perfectly, and with that subtle, immersive shake mode, it keeps just enough motion to look real instead of floaty. You can run, ride, or turn fast, and it still feels steady. But when you shift to the Akaso 360, the gap isn't as wide as you'd expect. Its 360-degree horizon steady keeps footage balanced with minimal correction artifacts. It doesn't over-smooth, and that helps keep the footage natural. The AnyVue, with its 9-axis gyro, performs nicely for handheld or walking shots, though at higher speeds you can see some jitter along the edges. For most vlog-style content or casual travel though, it's easily usable. In short, Insta perfects motion, Akaso simplifies it, and TOZO automates it, each with its own approach. And depending on your style, any of the three can handle real-world movement well enough to feel professional. Once you finish recording, the experience really depends on the ecosystem. The Insta360 app feels refined and fast, offering tools like AI reframe and auto edit, which instantly pick good angles or even cut full clips with transitions. It's designed for users who want to shoot, reframe, and post quickly without losing quality. The TOZO AnyVue, though, stands out for something else: independence. Because it runs on Android, you can stream directly from the camera. That means you can go live on YouTube or Facebook without needing a phone in between, which is genuinely convenient. The workflow feels heavier because you're operating more menus, but it's also more flexible. Meanwhile, the Akaso 360 keeps it clean and minimal. Its companion app doesn't need sign-ins, and it uses templates like SmartClip to make quick edits right away. It's not as deep as Insta's app, but that's exactly why it's easy to like. Less distraction, faster turnaround. So, Insta gives you polish, TOZO gives you freedom, and Akaso gives you speed. It depends on whether you want control, independence, or simplicity in your workflow. Audio quality usually gets skipped, but it's more noticeable here than you'd think. The X5 uses wind-resistant mesh and delivers cleaner stereo pickup, especially when paired with its mic air accessory. You can actually use it outdoors without fighting distortion. The Akaso 360 also surprises with clear stereo and a built-in windshield system that cuts down on breeze noise. For casual use, you won't need an external mic. The AnyVue, however, stays average in this part. Its two microphones capture voices clearly indoors, but wind easily seeps in. A small external mic option could have helped here. And in extras, Insta's invisible selfie stick remains a signature feature, but both Akaso and TOZO now pull off similar results fairly well. The TOZO's real-time stitching and GPS tagging make it great for travel mapping, while Akaso's AI subject tracking adds a touch of automation for creators who shoot solo. Battery life tells a lot about how these cameras are designed. The X5's 2400 mAh pack runs well past 2 hours at 5.7K, and with fast charging, it's ready to go again before you finish a coffee. The TOZO AnyVue gives roughly an hour of runtime with its 1500 mAh cell, while Akaso's 1350 mAh setup lasts about the same. It's not all-day power, but since both recharge quickly, you can easily keep them going with a power bank. So, while the X5 lasts longest, all three manage predictable and steady endurance that fits their use case. After spending time switching between them, one thing becomes clear. The Insta360 X5 still sets the bar. It's consistent, refined, and confident in every setting. Yet the TOZO AnyVue shows how far a mid-range 360 cam can go. Its 8K capture, GPS tagging, and live streaming tools make it feel versatile, even if it still needs polish in stabilization and durability. Meanwhile, the Akaso 360 proves that a camera doesn't need to be expensive to deliver good results. It's simple, stable, and reliable, and while it won't give you deep manual control, it covers all the basics that make 360 shooting fun. So, does Insta still dominate? Yes, in refinement and reliability, but the gap is narrowing fast. TOZO feels like the experimental one with room to grow, and Akaso feels like the easygoing option that gets the job done without the fuss. At the end of it all, it comes down to how you shoot. If you care about flexibility and pro-level finish, the X5 remains the safe bet. But if you value quick usability or creative freedom more than perfection, both TOZO and Akaso deliver plenty to love. So, that was all. Thanks for watching. Share your thoughts in the comments, and if you enjoyed the video, give it a like and subscribe for more camera news and reviews.